Hello everyone. Good evening. Am I audible? We'll wait for one more minute. We'll get started. Right. So good evening everyone. First of all, thank you so much for joining this live session and a warm welcome to KSR Data Vision. So we are going to discuss about full stack Power BI course with Power Platform. And the technology and tools which we'll be discussing today will be Power BI, Azure, Power Automate, Power Apps. Now, you need to think why you need to learn this technology. So that's the most important point. You need to understand, you need to understand why this tools is required. For that, what we are going to cover in today's session is we are going to learn why this technology is important, what is importance in this, why this is one of the top skill currently in the market, what you can do with these tools. So those are the things which we are going to discuss. To start with, what we are going to do, we'll try to see the agenda. So the agenda is you need to understand why this visualization is very important, and post this we'll be looking into the each and every tool separately. We'll start with Power BI, then we'll move to Azure, Power Apps and Power Automate. And finally, I'll also give the course content of what we are going to cover in this course. To start with, let me give an example of this chart, or I can call it as a table, where we have every month what is the sales and what is the revenue that is getting generated. Now, at first, if you see this, you may be like thinking, what is this each value and number? But if I give you a question, well, revenue is like a profit. Now, if I ask you four questions, which month is giving more sales, which month is giving minimum sales, or maybe which month is giving more profit, or which month is giving minimum profit, now you start thinking about it, but you also try to check row by row, and finally you try to pick out this one being the highest, then you check row by row, and finally you get to know this is a minimum. Now this is what you will do. Now same thing when I ask about the profit, you also check row by row, and finally you got to know that this is a least, this is a least one, and this is a maximum one, right? Now this is how you will do it. But if I ask you a question, you may have to take some time. You have to understand row by row. Now, is this really easy when you're doing in a real time? Definitely not. Because I asked you four questions and you are worrying only about these four questions. But what if I show you like this? Now, this is like a crystal clear image for you, which will show you the trend that is happening from January to December. Now, in fact, not only about the question which I asked you, I can also come up with other suggestions. I can come up with other insights and other information. You don't believe me? Let's see now. In this visual, if you can see, the this is a drop one. This is where it is getting dropped in the December, and this is the highest one, and this is the highest one. So basically I'm taking two lines, one for revenue, one for sales. In this, if you see, I'm trying to see where there is a maximum in the line and there where is the minimum in the line. Now I was able to answer this question. March was the highest sales, February was the highest revenue, December was the both lowest for revenue and sales. Now my question is answered, right? But do you think I can stop here? I can even understand more. Start of the year, the sales and revenue are high. End of the year, the sales and revenue are lower. In the mid of the year, the sales is moderate. Moderate. Now, don't you think, apart from the question you asked, I am also giving you suggestions. Now, by seeing this, don't you think that, hey, let's assume that this is an Amazon, or let's say Amazon, this is a Flipkart. So what I'll tell the CEO of the companies, or what I'll tell the higher management, hey, why don't you give discounts in the month of December? We know that we are getting less sales. Why don't you give some promotions? Why don't you give some discounts? Why don't you give some cashbacks? In order to improve the sales, why don't you come up with an idea? Now, do you think in the visual one, which was a table, was I able to convince them? Definitely not. But now, in the second visual, I am trying to give the insights to them. I am trying to improve the revenue to them. Remember one thing, every company is hiring you not just because of work, they need to get ideas from you. Your ideas will turn into revenue. So you start giving your ideas. Now, rather than just doing this calculations, why don't you come up with some unique ideas? That is where this visual plays a very important role. Now, life without visualization is very difficult. If you push the 10 years back, what happens? There were no such tools. We have to start thinking about how we can improve the business, and you have to spend a lot of money. So nowadays, what we are doing, we are trying to get some information, try to avoid doing a manual work and concentrate more on the business side. That's what we are doing here. Okay. Now, to talk more on this, your life with visualization is very good because it gives us a lot of time to discuss about the business. Now, not only that, your entire business you'll be able to see with the charts. For example, whatever you're seeing here, whatever you're seeing here, this numbers, charts, everything will define your business. The entire screen which you saw in the previous slide, this entire thing doesn't have any meaning. But now everything I am able to see here. Now that's the uniqueness of this chart. Okay. Now talk about more about that. To talk more about this, what we can do is we'll try to understand why this visualization is very important. Now visualization is very important because it helps in making the decision. I said you that, okay, if you're doing a manual work, how long you can do? At one point of time, you need to think about the business. Now, if you keep on doing this manual work, who will give the suggestions? Who will give the ideas? So you need to find a way which can fasten your process. That's what we are doing here. Now, your visualization will help you to think out of the box, think about the business, try to improve the revenue. Every company, right? Every company in this world is striving to get the revenue. No company runs for free. Every company's only motive is to run a business in a very successful manner. In order to do that, your data and your visualization plays a very, very important role. Now that's what we are doing here. Now, to talk about more on that, what we will do, if you see here, this entire report, what you're seeing here, could be accessible from your phones, smartphones, tablets. But most of the reporting which we have done will come with no coding or limited coding. Now, what we have seen over the years, 30 years back, if you want to do any application, you have to write a lot of coding. 20 years back, maybe the coding number of lines has decreased. 10 years back, even it has decreased. Now, this entire report we can build even without writing a single code. That's the beauty of visualization. That's the beauty of visualization. Now, let me talk one step higher. Let me talk one step higher. If anyone is like just passed out your engineering or degree, or if you're coming from a gap, you ask some of the experts in IT, like what we need to do in order to get into IT. There is a myth actually. Each and everyone says, boss, you need to know coding. You need to know programming. This is the most told by everyone. You go and ask anyone, everyone will say the same. Coding is important. But I'll tell you, coding is nowhere related to your visualization. The way you think, the way you think about the business, the ideas that really matters. And you can make use of the tools and come up with a suggestion. Never believe this. Okay. Only if you know coding, you can survive in IT. No, never believe this. Anyone can survive in IT with the unique ideas that you're giving to business, right? Now, enough of visualizations. Now jump into tool. Now we'll talk about business intelligence. Now, what is this business intelligence? Well, business intelligence, we all know that sometimes the data will be coming from different data sources. Now, let me give a live example. The live video which you're seeing now, where I'm into a different place, you are into a different place, you are listening, I'm speaking. Now, what exactly is happening? We have shared this URL maybe in LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Now, these five sources are there. We may get inquiry from all the five sources. Now, do you think each one will be assigned for each and every platform? Definitely not. What we will do, we'll try to gather all the data to a single place, getting from Facebook, getting from Instagram, getting from YouTube. We'll try to put everything into one place and then we'll start analyzing. Now, that is what we are going to do here. That is what we are going to do here. Gathering the data from different data sources, organizing in a well manner, organized manner, clean the data if the data is not clean, and finally visualize the data. Visualize the data. That is what we are going to do now. That is what we are going to do now. And all this process, gathering the data, organizing the data, integrating the data, cleaning the data, transforming the data, visualizing the data, everything at one place, maybe I'll call it as business intelligence. Now, this business intelligence can do anything, can do anything. Now we will define what is Power BI. BI stands for business intelligence. What is Power BI? Well, whatever I was speaking in the previous slide about the business intelligence, it's a process. Any tool can do. But we are now concentrating on Power BI. Now, Power BI is a business intelligence tool which can analyze the data, clean the data, transform the data, which can do anything for you. Which can do anything for you. And that is called Power BI. Now, you may ask me a question. Well, you're talking about business intelligence, you're talking about data transformations, you're talking about data cleaning. Now you may ask me a question. Is this only tool which can do? Now, to answer this question, I would say there are many other tools also in the market which can do this process for you. What is the process? Get the data, clean the data, transform the data, do the visuals, come up with the ideas, start talk to the business. Now, in this, all the tools can do the same thing. Next question. Why we are learning only Power BI? Why not any other tool? When you can say that any tool can do this process, now the next question you need to ask me is, why only this tool? Why not any other tool? Now, in order to make this better, what we will do is, we'll start talking about one of the company called Gartner. Now, what is this Gartner company will do is, well, this Gartner company is a company which start comparing tools. It will compare one tool with the other tool. Like this, what these people have done, they have compared most of the tools with other tools. For example, Power BI, they have compared with all the other tools. Tableau, they have compared with all the other tools. So like this, they have compared all the tools with one another. And we can see that in this chart, just imagine this is a race. This is a race. This is a start. And this is an end. Finish line. Okay. Assume that all the 30 plus tools are running for a race. All the 30 plus tools are running for a race. What is your observation here? The one which is towards the finish line, or even I can say that the one which is the best tool is Microsoft's Power BI. Then comes Tableau, and these are all nowhere in the frame. They have not even completed 50% of the race. Now, what is your understanding about it? Power BI is the best among all the tool because Gartner company has compared all the tools and they have decided that this is a tool that can do anything for you. This is a tool that can do anything for you. Now, the second reason is, we'll talk about the history. Now, when I say history, Power BI is a very new baby to the IT, I would say, or the technology. It is just 7 years old. It was introduced in the year 2015. It was introduced in the 2015, and I can say that it is just 7 years old. Very new technology. And most importantly, even for this presentation, when I am presenting here and you are into the different part of the country and you're just seeing this, just take this into consideration. I have many tools available in Google. Why I have taken specifically this Microsoft's PowerPoint presentation? There are many tools available, but still why I use Microsoft Excel? Why still I use Microsoft CSV? Why I still use Microsoft Teams? Why I'm using Microsoft Outlook for sending emails? Why am I using all Microsoft products? The reason behind this is brand. Microsoft is a brand. This brand is actually the trendier. No one can replace the Microsoft product, right? No one can replace Google. No one can replace Microsoft. These are all brand, and there are so many companies that are using Power BI for all of their day-to-day activities. And I would say that in this, I have handpicked few companies which can give us a good opportunity. Not only this, there are thousands of companies who are using Power BI at a full stretch. Now, this is a history. Well, I was talking about BI, then I came to Power BI. I told about the Gartner company which has rated Power BI as on top. Then I'm also talking about the history where Power BI is a very new tool in the market, right? Now, the one report which you're seeing on the screen is like a sample report. I would say it is built in Power BI, and in the next 30 days, you will also build the quality report in Power BI, just like you're seeing on the screen. Each and every visual, why it is used, for what purpose we are using, what is the need of this, everything will be covered within this course. In the next 30 days, you will also be able to do this report single-handedly without anyone's help. That is what you're going to learn here from scratch. Now, moving on. Well, I know I'm getting the data, I am using any tool, and then I'm reporting, I'm talking about the business. Okay, what's next? You have built a report like this. You're going to show to the client, well, in every month there is an increase in growth. Why don't you give some offers, discounts, promotions? Okay, all done. Your report is implemented. Okay, what's next? What's next? Now, we have to see that how the data is increasing over day by day. We have to see that how data is increasing day by day. If you see here, if you see here, the size of the data, we are talking about gigabytes, right? For example, if I ask you what is your RAM, you say that 2 GB RAM. If I ask you what is your laptop, you say 1 terabyte. You say 1 terabyte. After that, we are talking about gigabyte. We are talking about gigabyte. Now, when we are talking about gigabyte, try to understand one thing. We are still in terabyte and gigabyte, but the data is increasing in gigabyte. Now, what is gigabyte? 10 to the power of 21. 10 to the power of 21. Now, 40 followed by 10 to the power of 21, which is equal to 40 into 10 into 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It continues to 21 zeros. Now, that is a data growth that has happened in the last few years. See the trend. From 2010 to 2016, the growth was okay. But from 2016 to 2020, see the growth that has happened. Now the question is, where do you store this? The question is, where do you store this? When you can get the data in this manner, and the reason you also know, I also know. Per day, minimum you are using your smartphone for 7 hours. You are using 2 GB of internet. Apart from that, you also use Wi-Fi. You use Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messengers, Ola, Uber, Netflix, Amazon, Hotstar. How many apps you are using? How much data you are generating? What is the number of times you use these apps? And for every app you use, you need a subscription, you need an account, right? Only then you can see the videos, or maybe only then you can see the movies. Only then you can access the apps. Even if you want to purchase a single product in Amazon, you need an account. Without an account, you cannot buy anything. Now that is what is happening in the outside world. But when the data is getting generated in this manner, where do you store? That's the question. For that, we do have cloud services. Now, what is this cloud computing? Now, I'll tell you a simple logic. Okay, I'll give you a simple logic. Your laptop is 1 terabyte. Okay, one laptop, 1 terabyte, which is of 1 lakh. Now, imagine you are getting 10 terabyte of data. 10 terabyte of data. Now, will you go and purchase 10 laps? Will you go and purchase 10 laps, which is almost equal to 10 lakhs? Will you do this? Is it an effective way? Is it an effective way? Definitely, this is not the effective way. This is not the effective way. In order to do that, maybe I need to take 10 laptops. I have to spend 10 lakhs. I need to give job for 10 people because I myself, I cannot handle 10 laptops. I need to take 10 people for working. Now, this is all not easy. What this cloud computing says is, boss, you give me 3 lakhs. I will only take care of everything. You need not worry. I'll take care of storage. I'll take care of processing. I'll take care of everything. I'll take care of the security. I'll take care of the backups. Everything I will take care. You simply give me 3 lakhs. I felt it's a good deal. Rather than spending 10 lakhs for storing my data, and in fact, I should keep on monitoring these 10 people whom I've given a job. Don't you think it's a better deal? Give someone 3 lakhs, they'll take care of everything. Now, that is what cloud computing is going to do. They are going to provide a lot of services for us which can improve our business. We need not think too much about all this. Let them take care. There is a dedicated team who will take care of my data, and I can start thinking about the business. Now, that is where we will be looking into cloud, and the one cloud which will be working will be Microsoft Azure. Now, Microsoft Azure is a one cloud which will be learning, and again you can ask me why Azure. Because it's a Microsoft product, I'm also going to learn a lot of Microsoft products. So Microsoft product with the Microsoft product is a companies are demanding nowadays. Of course, AWS is a topmost cloud service, but still for the data related services, we can look into one of the cloud, and that cloud is Microsoft Azure. Now this Microsoft cloud, which is Azure, I can use it for data storage. Well, you also know how the data is increasing. I also know how data is increasing. In the 10 years, we also know how the data is going to increase. The world is never going to stop. The number of smartphones, the number of objects, the number of apps, the number of services, everything is going to increase day by day. You also know better. I also know better. 20 years back, if you want to send money to someone, you have an only one option, which was money order, which was taking around 1 week to send to the other person. Now, 10 seconds is enough to send money to anyone. That's the power of technology which we have had in the recent times. Just a phone number, just a UPI pin, it's done. 20 years back, you have to go to the bank, you have to stand in the queue, you have to write the challan. That will go after 1 week. How was the situation 20 years back, and now how is the situation? We are into the technology driven world. Now, when all this is there, we can start using cloud computing, because enough of data, enough of storage, let's depend on someone else. That is where we have is cloud, right? Cloud computing. Now, when you talk about the cost, unlimited storage, this is very good for me. Well, I cannot spend 10 lakhs. Well, I'll give it to someone, let them take care, and it's like a unlimited storage. Anyone, anywhere, any place can still access, because it all depends on internet. With the internet, you can access the data. Everything will be stored in the cloud and you can access it. And this is the need of the cloud, and the one which will be covering will be Azure. Now, Azure is the second largest cloud computing. You can access the data anywhere from the world, and it provides a lot of good services for data analysis, and that is what we are going to learn here. First, we talked about Power BI, then we are talking about Azure. Why Azure? Every time the data keep on increasing, I need a storage place. Maybe we will learn in cloud. Now this is a second step. Now what's next? We also see that a lot of times your Power BI does everything, right? It can help you to clean the data, transform the data, everything it can do. If everything it can do, it doesn't mean that you can overburden it. It has also some limitations, right? If one player is performing in a cricket match or a team, you cannot put all the burden on him. It's a teamwork, right? So rather than putting all the effort on this Power BI, let me utilize other services which will reduce the burden of Power BI. That is what we are learning Azure. Now, Azure is used for all the transformations, data gathering, putting everything into one place, and Power BI, I will use it for reporting. Now, this is also a good deal for me, which I was able to do it. Now, next, what's next? Okay, I've done a report. I've made use of cloud. What's next? Well, do you think always my clients will carry a laptop to keep on see the reporting? I've built a report. I've built a report. This is a report. Do you think always my clients carry a laptop to see this? Definitely not. I need to make sure they see it in the app. mobile app. Now entire mobile app I will create it, which is by using Power Apps. Now Power Apps is a technique, is a method which can include your business data, application, and then build your mobile app. It can be also viewable in your tablet, in your iOS, or even in your Android. Now that's the next step. I cannot expect always my people to carry my laptop. They can use your smartphones. The only thing which you go out, which you carry while you're going out, is your mobile. You may even forget your wallet, but you will never forget your smartphone. Right? So anything can be accessible, anything that can is portable. We will try to implement this as an app. Now that's what we are doing here. Now what is Power Apps? We are creating an app which is again a Microsoft product. You can include all your business logics and try to improve the business. Now that's what we are going to do here. Now this is about Power Apps. Now we can create many apps. One for the engagement team, one for the product team, one for the help desk team. So we can create multiple apps for multiple teams. Now that is what we are using Power Apps. Now you should also think one thing about the Power Apps is it can be accessible to your mobile or tablet. Now that is also something which is good. Now what's next? Okay, you have built your app. What's next? Well, I'll give a simple example now. This live session, which was created a couple of days back, is shared via Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, email, WhatsApp, Twitter. We have shared this link to 6 sources. Now, do you think every time I go and copy the live link and paste it in different tools or different social medias, is it a right way? No. I need to automate. No more manual work. We cannot go and copy paste the link each and every time. We need to go and automate certain process. The moment I go and create a link, automatically over all the social media platforms, it should go and register, it should go and copy as a link. That is my requirement. Well, manual work is all done. Let's move on to automation. Imagine a life where you have a robot next to you which can do anything for you. Same way, automation is going to be the next future where everything will be automated. And for the automation, you need a person who can automate it. That is what you're going to do. Well, I built a report, I used Azure, then I built a mobile app. Now I need to automate the process. That is what your automation. And that is also possible by using your Power Automate. Now, Power Automate is a method where you can automate certain process. The best example I give is, let's say I need to publish this URL, the live URL, and I can do it over different systems all at once. All at once. Now that is what we are going and doing here. Right? Now, we can also see that if you want to avoid your manual work where you keep on doing the same task again and again, you can go and automate that certain process. Now this is about Power Automate. Now we have learned Power BI, we have learned Azure, we have learned Power Apps, we have a Power Automate. Now what is this connecting dots? Well, all are doing at one place where you are building a report, you are creating a mobile app, and you're trying to automate the process, and all over you're using cloud services. All this can be done by using these tools. The moment anything change, you can automatically send an email to the person. Something goes wrong, you can send an email. You can automate everything. All this is possible by learning the tools which you are showing on the screen. Right? Now this is the Power Platform tools. Now, let's answer certain questions which is most widely asked in every live class. What are the job opportunities? Well, Power BI is being known as one of the best business intelligence tool currently in the market. We have lot of opportunities in Power BI. Lot of opportunities. So many companies, so many projects, so many teams are using Power BI. Now, not only Power BI, along with Power BI, you're going to learn some add-on tools. Add-on tools, that is Power Apps, Power Automate, and also which is SQL, which is going to be the basic for everything. We are also covering SQL. Well, SQL, Power BI, Azure, Power Apps, Power Automate, all this we call it as a full stack Power BI developer. Opportunities are there. You just need to know right job at the right time. You just need to hit the right job at the right time. That's what you're going to do. Now, one more common question. Who can go for this course? Well, the most asked question is, will I get a job? Will I able to get this opportunity? I don't know coding. What should I do? Well, people who are already working can increase the knowledge, but the most important thing is you need not require coding to learn this. Even though you're coming from any of the domain, even if you're coming from a pharma domain, you can still master the tool. Why? Comes with no coding. The entire tools which you are learning, it will have very less, I would say it's like a commands, not even about the coding. You can still achieve this. So I can say that in order to do this, there is no coding required, right? Now, once you come out of the college, everyone says maybe your people who are working in IT, maybe your relatives, your friends, your mentors, what they say, hey, learn some coding language. Go and do Java. Go and do testing. That's what you get an advice when you're coming out of the college as a fresher. Now I'm saying, why Java? Everyone knows Java. Start learning this. It's a very, very good opportunity for freshers because none of the freshers know this top technologies. Now, if you learn this, it could be a right opportunity for you to grab the opportunity, right? Right job, you can get it at the right time. So it's a very good opportunity for freshers. Well, the next most important thing is career gap. Well, I had been into a career gap maybe due to my personal reason, health reason, whatever it is. And can I restart my IT career? Yes, definitely you can. And what you're going to do? You just need to figure it out the right technology for you. And this is a technology which can overcome your fear of career gap. Well, if you're learning any other technologies, definitely the expectations will be high. I'm not saying there is no expectations here. This is also a place where expectations will be there, but I am saying you can master this within limited time. Why? No coding. You just need to practice how to implement this. It's more than enough. You can master any tools. You can work in any company. That's the beauty of these tools. And finally, people want to switch from technical to non-technical to technical. I would say that this is a right technology for you. If you want to switch on to the business rules, if you want to switch on data analytics, this is the best. All this comes under data analytics. Data analytics. Okay. Data analytics. Now, this data analytics, you may ask me, will the technology go down? Will the technology go down one day in future? How many of you have this question? Today, everyone is saying data analysis, data analysis, data analysis. One point of time, you may also ask me the same question. Will this technology go down? And to answer this, yes. But when? When people stop using internet. When people stop using advanced apps. When people stop using smartphones. Now the choice is yours. Do you think this is going to happen? Do you think this is going to happen? If it really happens, the entire world of data technology may go down. You also know how the data is increasing. You yourself, after this class, after this session, spare 1 minute for me, open your smartphone, count how many apps you have in your smartphone, it will be 20 plus. For this 20 plus, you need to have an account. You are generating data, and that is all a business. Do you think it's going to happen? Never. So the technology and the domain as a data analysis will never go down. One thing which I can promise you, at least for the next 15 years. After 15 years, if everyone knows data analysis or even the tools, maybe chances are there. But as a technology, unless and until there is a stoppage in the data, your data analysis will never go down. Right? Now that's a key factor here. Now, well, I can see a lot of documents. I can see Google. I have YouTube. Why should I join KSR? That's a question that again you will have. Well, this is a question I keep getting. There are many sources. Anyone can learn from Google. But the most important thing is you need to work under a mentor for an initial few days so that you start learning the technology. End of the day, anything you can learn, but you need to know the flow. What we are doing here, we are all working in companies. We know how the flow works. We know how the technologies are included. We can connect the dots, and that's why we have organized this course where we'll start with 15 hours of SQL. That's like a basic, and completely 40 hours we are dedicating to Power BI, which is going to be a main course in this course. And we'll also be covering 15 hours of Azure, and finally we'll try to automate it, we'll try to create app, and we'll also spend some 30 hours. Now overall you'll be getting 3 real-time projects. You'll be working in 3 real-time projects that will make you better person in order to work in companies, right? And finally, in order to learn advanced Power BI, this is most important: organization account. The day you join an organization, they can give you an organization account, but before that, how do you practice it? How do you communicate it? How do you get an IT experience? We are all here to help you. We are going to provide an organization account to each one of you who is joining with us. All the communications, all the way we approach, everything is going to be like the way you're going to work in IT. People who are freshers, people who are coming from a gap, you may not even know how IT works. You don't even know what they will do in MNCs. Well, we are all here to help you. You will get the complete environment of IT here, as in then the communication, the content, the way you need to send an email, the way you need to approach the clients, everything is going to be taught here. Well, for that, you need an organization account. And for learning Power BI, you need an organization account. That's a must. We are the, I'm really privileged and very proud to say this. We are the only institute in India to provide account for each and every single person who's joining with us. Usually what happens in every institutes, only the trainer will have the account, he will teach you, and it will be like only theory class. But here, this is a place where we make you to work. We'll give you assignments, we will give you task, we will ask you scenario based questions, and that's where we are unique at. All this you'll be getting here. This is one of the uniqueness. And not only that, after this course, we are not going to leave you. We are going to keep on troubling you for weekly workshops that will be conducting. We'll be keep on asking you to join. We're not going to leave you at any point of time. Once you are at a KSR family, you belong to KSR family, you'll be getting all the help that is required. And most importantly, end of the day, you need a job. End of the day, you need a job. Everyone is to get a job. So what we are going to do, we are going to provide you interview guidance, mock interviews for each and every one, resume preparation for each and every one according to the domain you're coming from. We will give you some projects, we'll help you in building the projects, and finally we'll help you to get the resume and get a job. Not only this, as I said, some of you lack communication, some of you lack how to speak to clients, some of you don't know how to work in IT. Everything you will learn within the class. Now, this is all something which I would say we are like one unique institute. Moreover, I don't like calling as an institute. We call ourselves as a startup where you'll be working under a manager. For the next 3 months, imagine I am your manager. You're all employees who are working under me, and we are going to build a project. That is how it works. More than calling it an institute, I'll call our institute as a startup. Now, that's the uniqueness of KSR. After completing this course, you'll be learning SQL, Power BI, Azure, Power Apps, Power Automate. The tools which you are going to cover: MySQL, Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate. Sure. For this one, for this one, for this one, you need an organization account. We are going to provide you. And I would also say that you can just visit our website, look on to all the feedback. We have our own app, KSR Data Vision. It's our own app. Install it. All the classes will be there within this app. Go through it, get the complete information about it. You can reach our team. We are also uploading videos in our YouTube. Please subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed. We have uploaded a lot of projects. We have uploaded how to prepare for interviews. Please look on to it. A lot of videos are very helpful for you. Please go through it. And we also, as I said, we also have a separate app. We are having a new batch which we are running. It's going to be Monday to Friday, 7 to 8:30 p.m. The class will go for 3.5 months, and we are going to teach SQL, Power BI, Azure, Power Apps, Automate. Okay. We already have a running batch which was started a couple of days back. So please reach out to our team. Our team will help you. I'll tell you the number as well. So you can reach out to our team. Our team will help you. Okay. And the course fees is 27. And if you pay it maybe by reaching our team, you can also pay from our app. We support credit card and you can convert into EMI, and you can also get a discount and you can pay it for 25. Right? Now this is a course fees. This is a course duration, Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, doubts, assignments, projects, homeworks. All this will be doing on Saturday and Sunday. Batch is running on. Every video will be recorded. In case you miss any class, you'll be able to get that. Are we good? Any questions? Any questions? Do you have any questions? The batch is already started a couple of days back. So you can reach out to our team. Our team can help you. We support you job. I mean, when I say job, we help you in getting your profile shared in different companies. We can help you out. Any non-IT background, you can still achieve this because this comes with no coding. The technology comes with no coding. So you can easily learn and you can master it. It's going to be offline because still the situation is not back back yet. So it's going to be, I mean, online. We are going to have a live classes every day. It's going to be 7 to 8:30. We can also reach our offline. Maybe you can reach to our office. Our office is in Bangalore, so you can reach us. You will get a course certificate, but the question is that going to be useful, right? So you need to learn. Knowledge is important. Technology is important. That is important. You learn that. Certificate, don't think too much about certificate. No one is going to value the certificate. Everyone is going to value the knowledge which you have. So please keep that in mind. Even if you are working in shifts, every day the recording will be available to you. The recordings will be available to you. After the class, you can go to the recordings. One day you are working in different shift, doesn't matter if you are missing one or two classes, you will be getting the recordings. You can reach out to us offline as well. And after going to recording, if you still face any like if you're still facing any of the doubts, we can still help you. Definitely we will help you to get the real-time experience. We will be building projects which can help you. Okay, with that, thanks for joining. We will meet in the course. Ask your questions our team can help you.